So guys, which one of these should you buy? They're all really cool retro machines, but which is best value for money? Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. Today we're going to look at all the retro machines that have been released in the last few years and see what one is best value for money. There is quite a few, it's a difficult choice. They're all very collectible and cool in their own right. But some of them are better value than others. Now let's have a little look. So first on the list that we're going to look at is the C64 Mini, which was probably one of the first ones that was released, which is really cool. I like the design of it. The keyboard is non-functional. It comes complete with an original joystick, which I have to say is awful. There's plenty of people have experienced the joystick actually breaking, but at least in the box is included 64 games, and it's very easy to use. Here's some of the sort of example of the games. Speedball 2 is amazing. Creatures is one of my all-time favourite games as well. There's a good selection here. There's obviously quite a lot of games that are not on the list. I mean, we could have hundreds and hundreds, no problem. But like many of the other consoles, you can add your own games using a USB stick, which is easy enough to do. You can obviously add hundreds and hundreds of games as you see fit, which is quite cool. You can also use the basic function which is on the console, which is good. Oh no, I really like the Commodore 64 Mini. It brings back a lot of memories. The emulation is really good. Okay, here we've got the Commodore 64 Mini Bytes on a big TV, which just looks absolutely crazy. I remember playing this constantly. It was very addictive. It's like football in a sense with metal ball, where you could actually fight each other. So next is the Super Nintendo Classic Mini. Now this one, the value probably doesn't seem as good as the other ones because it only comes with 20 games, but some of the games are really top notch. It's quite a dinky little console, it looks really good. Most of it is non-functional apart from maybe the power switch, but it does look really cool, very collectible. You take these off and you can put your USB controllers in, which one of the bonus things about this one, you get two controllers with the actual console, which is great, and the controllers are really good on this. I say there's only 20 games, but the 20 games are all really good games. Got Donkey Kong Country, Zelda, Super Mario World, F-Zero, Super Metroid, all the Super Mario Kart, Super Fighter 2 Turbo, and other ones. Now they're all excellent games, so for this, value would seem really good compared to the games that you get. Unfortunately, there are other consoles that you can get far more games. Now like the other ones, you can mod this, add your own games. Not so straightforward right enough, but you can do it if you so desire. So next up is the Sega Mega Drive Mini, which was released last year. Now I do like the design of this. That is very cool. You can even, there's a sort of functional as if you can put your cartridge in, but obviously it doesn't work. And again, just like the Super Nintendo Mini, it comes complete with two controllers, both of which are pretty much replicas of the original controllers that you got. You can upgrade to the 6-button versions if you so wish. Games wise, this is double the amount of games compared to the Super Nintendo. You get 40 games plus 2 bonus titles. Includes the Sonic the Hedgehog. Have a look at some of the games. The game selection is really good. So you got Sonic 1 and 2. Unfortunately you're missing Sonic 3 and Sonic Knuckles, which isn't particularly great. You get Earth 1 Jam, Streets of Rage 2. Again, you're missing Streets of Rage 1, 3. So there's a bit of a missed opportunity, I would have said, for the Sega Mega Drive Classic, but it is pretty good. It's not amazing. I found that the emulation wasn't particularly great. There wasn't any options to upgrade the graphics or smooth them out, for example. The emulation was pretty poor, and obviously they're missing a lot of top-notch games which you can easily get if you play this Sega Mega Drive Classics on any of the consoles just now, the Xbox, PlayStation 4 and Switch, which is available, which is much better, and I would recommend that instead of getting this. It's a bit of a missed opportunity for me, but it still looks really cool. It's very collectible, obviously. You can mod this one as well, just like the others, and add your own games, but definitely for me, missed opportunity here. You can see there's some really cool games included. Some I've actually never played. So some classics like Gunstar Heroes, Golden Axe, Sonic obviously, Shinobi, Strider, Streets of Rage, Street Fighter. Story of Thor was really good, like a kind of Zelda type game. The graphics do look really colourful, definitely. But I'm quite surprised they didn't give an option to smooth out the blockiness. Oh, I'm going to make a mess of this, aren't I? Eat that, Chung-Li! Next up, the Sony PlayStation Classic. And this one is probably the most disappointing of all the consoles we've got here. It looks really cool. Design is top notch, love it. Obviously none of the buttons actually open the disc or anything, but the design is perfect. Unfortunately, unlike the other consoles just mentioned, there is only one controller in the box. And this only includes 20 games, which doesn't seem a massive problem, but the 20 games on offer are a bit of a mixed bag, considering all the classic games that are on the system. A bit of a missed opportunity. I mean, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear Solid, some real classics in here, but missing so many. It's just criminal for me that there's so many being missed, and unfortunately it seems a bit of a lazy emulation. The emulation is really quite poor. There's nothing particularly special about it, which makes this probably the worst value of the lot, even though you can pick one up relatively cheaply now. One of the bonus things is you can upgrade this, and this is probably the easiest one to actually upgrade. You can add your own games and probably add thousands and thousands, not just PlayStation games. You can actually play Sega Mega CD games on this, which I've done so, and it works really well for that. If you've got the time to do it, this value for money might be one of the better ones, but straight out of the box it's absolutely awful. So if you get time to spare to add Mod My Classic, Bleem Sync, then this could work out really well if you've got the time and patience to do it, which it's probably worth it if you do it, but most people out the box, this is just awful, I'm afraid. The graphics are not bad, but they're very blocky. So it's almost like the original. It's not really been souped up any. It's not getting any better graphics than it had at the time. See that the graphics are not bad, but still really blocky. The emulation is quite clear, quite poor again. Wow, it's not amazing, is it? You can see the graphics are quite poor. I think some of the games really haven't aged well at all. So next is the one that I've got most recently, the PC Engine Core Graphics Mini, also known as the PC Engine and the TurboGrafx 16 in the States. And I do like this, even though the actual console originally was pretty dinky and small anyway, but this is still quite cool. You've got really just basically on-off switch, and you've got 2 USB for your controllers. That's obviously where the cartridges would have went, but non-functional. And this, there's only one controller again, just like the PlayStation. Games wise, isn't too bad. Unfortunately, there's a lot of shoot 'em ups on here. There's a lot of similar games. It gets a bit samey. So you've got TurboGrafx 16 games and PC Engine games. One of the problems with it is that some of the PC Engine games are in Japanese only, such as the absolutely amazing Snatcher. Unfortunately, it's pretty much unplayable because it's in Japanese. Unless you can obviously speak and read Japanese, then it's perfect. But other than that, it's not bad. It's okay. I never did have a TurboGrafx or a PC Engine when I was growing up, so this was completely new to me. There are some really cool games on here worth having a look at. Emulation is pretty good. Value for money, the amount of games included are decent. So this isn't too bad. It stands up pretty well compared to the other mini consoles on offer here. So I would recommend it if you are interested in looking at this one, for sure.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting that. How bizarre is that? Oh! Whoa, China Warrior. Okay, that's not Bruce Lee, is it? Whoa, how big is the characters here? Oh. Take that. Oh my god, evil butterfly things.
So last console we're going to look at is probably non-specific, but it's called the Super Retro Cade, which I picked up a couple of years ago, which I absolutely love. I think this is brilliant, probably the best value overall out the box, and even upgrading via memory card available here. I mean, there are some great games straight out the box. The emulation is terrific. You've got a nice little dinky console. You get 2 controllers in the box, which is brilliant. You can add your own memory card, add your own games, which opens this up all sorts, and it makes it so easy to actually play. You look at the actual box and games itself. Let's have a look at the back. So you get some real classics: Bionic Commando, Final Fight, R-Type, Mega Man. Lots of these are like arcade conversions. I'm really impressed with this. And there's 90 games overall. Some are a little bit doubling up on the sort of arcade version and like a SNES version, for example. But out of the box, this is terrific. Really good value for money. And like I said, you can add your own games, which practically plays any type of games that we've just seen here. All of them can be played on this little box itself, which makes this probably the best value straight out the box. And it's very easy to use. This one is the most impressive, I would say. If you were looking to pick up a mini console, you should look no further. This is terrific. At the time it wasn't available in the UK. I bought this from Amazon in the States, and it only took a couple of days to arrive. But it's really good value. I would highly recommend this. Probably the original one, arcade, is the best. The Sega Mega CD version was very good. It's filled up with so many characters. It's definitely one of my all-time favourite beat 'em ups by a long way. Absolutely loved it. And plays so well. I'm quite impressed with the aspect of how nice it looks and how colourful it is. So these are all really classic games and so many different versions over the years on all consoles that you can think of. But yeah, this is very, very good. This kind of shooter game which I found was actually really hard. You collect the keys to swap for weapons. It's best running behind this bit, man, to take out all the bad guys. Oh, thank you. A bit different to the other beat 'em ups available. You see, graphics are colourful, bright. pretty much plays as the original versions were. This is pretty typical of a 90s arcade, I guess. Let's have a look at the games I've added on the SD card. Now you have to have the console switched on, and then you put the card in, and then you can select the data storage SD card, and this will load in all the games I've added. There's no limit to the amount of games, it's really how many you can fit on your SD card. A lot of these games aren't particularly large, and so you can fit loads. You see I've got Tekken World Cup, Street Fighter games, Toki, Flashback, Mega Drive games, Lotus, Paperboy, Arcade. There's all sorts of different styles of games here, which you can add, which I think this is the biggest selling point of the console for me. Sega Genesis version.
Get ready?
So I think I do recall having this game in some form. I can't remember what console it was on. I definitely played this. I probably played the arcade at some point. It sort of lulls you into a nice gentle start, and then things get a lot trickier. Obviously you're really just fighting against the clock here. Guys, this is a super retro Cade, well, which I've really been impressed with. The fact that you can play all your own games easily without even risking bricking your console is brilliant. So literally you could play thousands of games and it plays them all really well, so I'd highly recommend it. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. I'll leave a link in the description of all the sort of videos I've made of the consoles themselves in more depth if you're interested. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe. Bye!